First of all, let's see how to use a breadboard. A breadboard is very useful. You will use it to connect multiple components together and with your Raspberry Pi GPIOs. You can plug some wires, resistors, LEDs, well, anything you want, basically, on a breadboard. What you need to know is that underneath the surface, there are some metal lines that make connections between the components. A component that you plug on a line is electrically connected to all of the other components on that line. And here is a representation of the connections, in a breadboard. As you can see here, we have two main lines, on each side of the breadboard. You have a blue line and a red line. Those are just colors, that are used to indicate that the blue line is for the ground, this is the minus line, and the plus line in red is for the power supply, So you will have ground and power supply. Everything in that line is connected, so whether you plug it here or here or here, it's the same, and it's also valid for the plus line. Everything on that line is connected with all of the other points. And then here you have different points, but those points are connected, as you can see, in that way. So usually you will have 5 different points, plugs, where you can just plug any component. And whether you plug it here, 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 or here, this is the same point. All of the components plugged here will be plugged to the same point. So you have multiple lines or columns here. And each one is independent. So if you want to plug two components to the same point, then you put them in the same column here. If you want to make them separate, make sure to use a different column. And some of the boards you will only have half of that. You maybe have only the A section plus the B section, and some of the boards, like the one I use, we have twice this section here, in symmetry right here. So this is the same as this, and the D part is the same as the A part. So as you can see on the breadboard I can find here the plus sign and the minus sign. So you can see the plus sign, we have the red line. So every dot, on this line, so all the dots on this line are connected together. And then you have the minus line, which is the blue line. So every dot on that line are connected together. In the image I showed you, the plus was on the inside and the minus was on the outside, but here it's inverted. But actually that really doesn't matter, It's just two lines that are connected together, And you will use the plus for power and the minus for ground. Now, here you can see I have A, B, C, D, E, and I have some numbers here, 1 to 60. So those are actually lines that are connected like that. So for example, line 1, you have A, B, C, D, E, all of the dots A, B, C, D, E are connected together. Then line 2, which is independent, you have all of those 5 dots connected together, And that multiplied by 60 something times, And you have the exact same here, The 5 dots here are connected, etc., etc. And you also have a plus and minus line. Depending on your board, you may only have this side, of the board, which is totally okay. In fact, you can see I could just break it here, or it's modular, so I could change the way it is. And you can also have a shorter board, for example, half this side. But the important is just that you find the different dots and which dot is connected to which.